Imagine holding your child, wanting to protect them from everything that came their way. Imagine this child growing up with you. You provided for them, you gave them a home, food, and clothing. You held them, rocked them, read books to them, spent time with them, took them places, cared for them when they were ill, stayed with them when they needed someone there. Imagine you went to all of their school events, watched them during their milestones they had, and helped them when they needed it, when you were asked to do so. Think about the difficulty of doing this all alone as a single parent. You work more than one job, maybe even put yourself through school. You do this for a number of years, taking care of the kids without family watching, paying for daycare while you work, and struggling to hold on to a job. You allowed your children to have contact with their other parent. You let the kids text, talk, and reach out to the other parent when they asked to do so. Imagine trying to work with the other adult to be yelled at consistently, belittled and accused of stealing, being abusive and neglectful, and shamed for taking care of the kids. Think about how hard it was to fight someone who never gave you a break, how you had moments of breakdowns on your own due to the stress of trying to raise the kids to be called a bad mom, and bashed by your ex as you struggle to keep your emotions in check. Years later, these same children you took care of come back to you and told you that they hated you. Imagine they walked out of your house refusing to tell you where they are going or where they are living. You then get threats from your own child stating they will file a complaint for harassment if you try to talk to them ever again. You're told that you were never a parent to them and you were the worst in the world. Your child becomes hateful with their words, begins to cuss you out, and calls you names, putting you down even more. Your child you gave birth to turn their back on you, telling people you're abusive, neglectful, and stole their money. People believe what they say as they paint you as a person that is so dark and evil. This is what narcissism looks like years later after the damage is done. The narcissistic parent has no consideration of what they say, do, or who they hurt. This separation is what the narcissistic parent wants in the end. They want to see everyone else suffer out of spite. The lies that were told about you can't seem to be reversed. You were painted to your children of how awful you were to them, that they now have no memories that are positive left of what you did for them. You're told by your own children they don't know who is in the picture that you are holding when you show them a photo of them smiling as a child. That person in the picture is not them. All of the memories you built with them have been wiped clean in their minds. You're told by your own children that you can't be trusted around your grandchildren because you were never a good mom in the first place. They tell you that you are not their mother at all, and you never deserved to have children either. Your own kids turn against you. No matter what you say or do, they just don't trust you. If you try to do anything for them, say anything to them, they reject anything you offer or show them. The pain that comes from this type of harm is overwhelming. It pulls on your heart, mind, body, and soul so deeply that it's easy to lose self-control. It's a fight to keep yourself grounded so that you can pull through this pain and still have a good day in the end. Your child has no sympathy or compassion for hurting you. They hold on and believe everything that their other parent has said as pure fact. It's an uphill battle that some of us face. It's painful knowing you did what you could for them with what little means you had, just to be disrespected and belittled more by your own flesh and blood. Remember, before having kids, it all starts on how you talk to yourself. What words are you saying, if they are negative or positive? The way you treat yourself is a guideline on how someone else could treat you. Learn to protect yourself. Be passionate with your words you say to yourself and how you treat yourself. If you don't like how someone is treating you, change it by the choices you make and do what benefits you. The most painful is when you're in this type of situation and you don't realize the abuse you're in until it's too late. You're under the impression that the person you're with while they are mistreating you is that this is what love looks like. Any person that comes from a place of lies, deception, separation of your family, friends, or loved ones does not love you, nor do they care for your well-being. A person that will intentionally make you feel less of yourself and make you think it's all your fault by the actions they are taking does not love you. Are they showing aggressive behavior toward animals or neglects to take care of the animal? Tormenting an animal for kicks, something is wrong. If you are being blamed for their actions, yelled at, accused of something you know you did not do, these are warning signs. You will find yourself in a relationship that you end up being a target of blame, shame, and false claims, put you down, made fun of, and ripping you apart. Often they will blame you for their bad behavior. Your children also don't realize the level of manipulation and abuse they have been through. It takes time to understand the abuse, what someone is doing, especially if you have not been taught differently. All of these characteristics are common with narcissism. Be aware of the behavior that is being displayed toward you and your children. The apologies are short-lived. They will repeat the same behavior over and over. This behavior is not love. Someone who loves you and your children won't intentionally hurt you or them. Someone that loves you won't intentionally use your children against you to harm or hurt you if they cared about you. Appreciate you listening. I hope you've learned something from this and that you can take this advice with you and use it in your daily life. Remember to be kind to yourself with the words that you say. Remember to take a pause break in your life if you need some time to breathe. Be passionate to yourself, take care of yourself, and make sure to love who you are.